In this project, we'll create a colorful travel poster using photo composites, text on a curve, and a couple of other special effects. So let's look at a couple of samples that I've done. Here's one that has two photos and two lines of type on a curve in different fonts. Here's one that has one line of type on a curve, two photos that are combined, and a third item here in the form of a sign in Hindi. This is the item we're going to recreate together. It's only got one photo and one line of type, but there is a special paper texture applied to the photo and a custom border with a pattern that we captured from a photo, as well as a drop shadow and a burn effect on the edge. Press the Tab key to get back to our interface. We'll need to have our Layers panel open, the Text panel, Pattern Libraries, and Paper Libraries. So let's import a custom library for papers. I can import that from my Working Files folder. India Papers, let's open that. I can show us what came up. Let's take a look at how these papers look when we apply them with a grainy pastel tool. So I will do that. We're not going to be doing much painting. I just wanted to show you what this paper looks like. So square hard pastel using temple carving. This is what we get there, using stone column, and finally temple carving number 1. And these were made from selections in photos of Indian temples. Let me show you the Abhanyeri temple. I made a selection on this column here and used the capture paper command. Let's open the Somnathpur temple image, which I used to make this paper texture by simply making a rectangular selection, then using the capture paper command, giving it a name. I won't do it now because this is what I created before and it's basically the same thing. That's how easy it is to create a paper texture. Similarly, I made a texture from a selection of this area, and that's what that looks like there. Those are our custom papers. By all means, add some of your own. Let's import our custom pattern library, and it is India Patterns. We will see it added to the bottom here, and these are some very colorful items. Let me just clear my scratch paper here, and let's go to pattern pens. Just the basic pattern pen is fine, and use tiny dresses. Here's what I get. I selected that and created that from the Jaipur street photo. Just look, I have simply made a rectangular selection of these tiny little girls' dresses, and using the capture pattern command, created an item for a custom library. Let's do one for turban fabric, which I created from this photo of a doorman at the Trident Hotel. I made a selection right about there and then used the capture pattern command. But first, I'm going to make an alternate color for this one. I'll go to Adjust Colors, and using Uniform Color, I will make a hue shift. Let's get into a nice hot pink area, more saturation. And then when I click OK and capture pattern, let's call it Purple Turban, and we'll add that to our pattern library. Let's see what that looks like when we use the pattern pen. That's pretty cool, I must say. Here's the original color. So let us get all of our source images together, including an image called India Fonts, which gives you some suggestions as to the kinds of fonts you might use for this project. We aren't going to have the same fonts in our systems, but this will give you some inspiration perhaps. And we take a break at this point, and when we come back, we will recreate the poster for India.